In the hush before dawn breaks over the golden dunes, where the winds speak the tongue of ancestors, I stand with my thoughts, asking the horizon what it knows. And the silence answers in grains of sand, each telling stories older than my father's father. O desert, you who raised me, clothed in sun and shadow, your breath hotter than secrets kept in royal hearts, your embrace endless, yet holding me close. You know the weight that rides on a crown, the unseen walls built of duty and ancient vows. Father, do you hear my heart when it gallops across dunes? Do you see me when I slip away into the night, riding with no guards, no protocol, just a falcon on my wrist, just the wind calling my name? I do not flee love, nor turn my face from duty, but freedom, sweet as the water from hidden wells, pulls me, whispers to me with a voice, older than blood, older than kingdoms. The desert taught me silence is not surrender. It is the patience of dunes shifting grain by grain, of falcons soaring high before they strike, of stars waiting unseen until night returns. Father, you gave me everything, a name carved in history, a place at councils where men speak of trade and treaties. You taught me to lead with honor, to rule with a hand as steady as the falcon's flight. Yet my spirit drifts beyond marble halls and silk-draped rooms. Freedom is not rebellion. It is breath. It is prayer whispered on a lonely dune. It is love that comes not from command, but from choice. It is writing verses by moonlight, unseen by courtiers, unknown to cameras. They call me prince, they call me crown, but first, I am a son of the sand, a rider who follows the trackless path, a poet whose ink is longing, whose words belong to those who listen for the heart's music. I remember the falcon, hood lifted at dawn, how it blinked at the world, unbound yet returning to my glove. For love is not a cage, it is the sky itself, wide enough for both duty and dream. Father, your silence is heavy as the desert noon, but in your eyes, sometimes I see the young man you were, whose heart also beat against the walls of expectation, who also felt the ache of wings wanting the wind. When you speak of duty, your voice holds pride and sorrow, as though freedom is a story you folded and hid in your robe. It could not burn nor bury. My freedom does not deny your love. It is shaped by it, strengthened by it. For who I am was forged by your hands. Yet what I wish to become must be chosen, a journey walked by my own steps. At night, I write verses no one hears, poems of longing, of falcons wheeling under a crescent moon, of a desert woman with eyes like oasis water, who sees the man, not the prince, and who loves what is wild in me. She wears her veil like the dawn wears mist, her silence more eloquent than all my speeches. In her gaze, I find the courage to speak truths. Even the wind hesitates to carry. I tell her, my freedom is not from love, but for it, that to truly give my heart, I must first own it. Unclaimed by fear, unbroken by duty. She listens, her breath softer than desert breeze. And in her silence, I hear my own heart clearer, beating against the cage of custom and law. Freedom is not escape, it is return. Return to the self before titles were sewn into my name. Return to the boy who ran barefoot after camels, to the rider whose laughter echoed off empty dunes. Father, can you remember the boy you were? The sand remembers. The wind whispers your name too. Did you also watch the falcons and wish to fly with them? Not to rule the sky, but to belong to it? The desert tells me. All things return. Rivers to sea, stars to dawn, sons to fathers. My journey is not away from you, but back to what you once dreamed of being. When I kneel before you, head bowed, no, it is not surrender, but prayer. A prayer for your blessing, not your permission. For love cannot be commanded, nor freedom forbidden. Let me be the falcon you raised, who soars yet returns at dusk, not from fear of your hand, but because love is home. I write these words under a sky jeweled with stars, each a promise, each a witness. That freedom given freely becomes loyalty unbreakable. That